Ryan Ham here with a quick video on how to disassemble your Ruger SR22. The first step is to evaluate the pistol based on its current condition. If you have a magazine in, the first thing you should do is take the magazine out by pushing the button either on this side or on this side. Once the magazine is out, rack the slide back and check inside the chamber, which is right there. And if you see any brass or any color other than a hole, which you should be able to feel for also, then there's something wrong, and just make sure you get that out by racking the slide several times. If it doesn't work at that point, be very careful and take it to a gunsmith. So once we're at this point, we have the pistol. It's ready to disassemble. The first step will be to push this little lever down. That there, you can get a thumbnail on it or a screwdriver, but preferably a thumbnail or something that won't hurt your finish on your gun, won't scratch it or anything like that. And push it down. Kind of difficult, but once you get it down and out of the way, it should look like this on the other side also. At that point, you grab the gun with your strong hand, either your right or your left, and pull the slide back with your other hand by grasping these grooves on the side. You pull it all the way back, and then you lift it up at the rear like that and pull forward. Sometimes those two parts might stay together. Just go ahead and pull those apart. And that is it. Your gun is completely disassembled. You notice the hammer is down. The reason that is because I've got the safety in the on position. If you have it off where the red is showing, then you can cock the hammer, because you're going to need the hammer cocked when you go ahead and reassemble it. Once you've got it at this point, you can clean the barrel, clean these rails here. Use Q-tips and gun solvent. That's pretty easy. Clean down the bore. If you don't have a bore brush, you can actually get a Q-tip in from either end. Try and get all that carbon and stuff out of there. It's most important to wipe off the front of the bolt face, which is right in this area. Just try and get all that carbon and gunk off of there until it's shiny. You don't leave too much oil, but do put some oil on. So at that point, you're ready to reassemble, and you reassemble by either putting the spring in the slide, or you can put it, make sure you have the fat end, not the end with the plastic on it, but the fat open end needs to be forward. So there's a little hole down inside of there, right in there, and that little hole is where you're going to put the plastic end of the spring guide assembly. Put that down in there, and now here's the tricky part. You've got to line up the spring here with this hole here. So that's going to have to be lined up as you're putting the gun on here. And then you want to push the barrel through its hole like that. And then pull it all the way back and push down. And while you're holding down, let it slide forward. And once it's all the way forward, the first thing you'll want to do is flip that little switch, the one I showed you, the disassembly lever. Flip that back up, and don't just leave it like that. There's a little ball thing sticking out there. You want to push it until it's flush. And you'll hear that little click, and it'll look like that. And at that point, you want to cycle the gun, make sure it feels normal and there's no unwarranted resistance or anything like that, and you're done. Now, a couple of issues you could have, I'll point these out. The main issue you're going to have is where the safety is. Make sure that you can see red, make sure that the safety is up, and that'll make everything a lot simpler. Consult your manual. This is only just a quick video on how to do things. The other issue you could have is if you have a threaded barrel, you have to make sure this is tight using the supplied wrench. If you have the threaded adapter on it, if you're going to put a flash suppressor or a sound suppressor on it, you have to make sure that the sound suppressor is removed before you disassemble the gun. So there you go. It's Ryan Ham with the SR22 takedown and reassembly. If you like this video, please like, favorite, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And I've also got a full review and a shooting session with a suppressor, without a suppressor, some accuracy tests. You'll see, I'll put those up here in this corner, and you can click through to those. It's Ryan Ham. Goodbye.